Hey, what's up? Welcome to the September wrap-up for Movie Dumpster.
We're here.
We're here. We sure are. How's everybody doing?
Got a little less hair than I did last time. The facial vicinity, maybe for reasons you'll find out by the end of this or somewhere in the future.
Oh, yeah, mine has been trimmed into a very specific arrangement.
Some of you might know.
Some of you might know. We took a poll recently for why I had to cut my facial hair that way.
Yes. And I guess technically I didn't need to cut mine. I guess you don't really know the context, but you will. Again, you will.
Yes, it's coming.
Yeah, I'll take it, Johnny. Johnny in the chat saying I look like I'm 19. Shave, was that 14 years off my life? I guess I'll admit it live.
Look how handsome he is without that beard.
God, right off the damn bat, we got Tony in here.
Tony, Jesus
Christ.
Christ.
A little late, and Tony from Act the Movies, he has to remind us he's very famous. In fact, we just recorded something earlier where his name came up a few times.
A few times, yeah, in a positive way.
Though.
So there you go.
Who else we got in there so far? Side note, we have been doing these on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook,
yes.
But now we kind of are changing things due to some tech issues we've been dealing with behind the scenes.
Yeah.
More or less.
Tech issues, question mark.
To just Twitch.
It was a great idea to start with when we were first doing it, to do YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, but it was like, okay, well, let's consolidate everybody into one space, and we've been doing it with a feed as well for the podcast. It's still broadcasting to all of the different platforms, but we have kind of condensed it into one host, if you will. So this is going to be our mainstay for our live show now is Twitch. So if you don't have a Twitch, go sign up. It's free.
Yeah, we'll be posting it on YouTube, and I'm sure we'll do something with YouTube Live down the road. But right now, Twitch is kind of what we're focusing on for these main live shows.
For sure. But yeah, to Sean's point, we got Brendan in the chat. We got Johnny Blue in the chat. Who we got? We got Dusty. We got Tony from Act the Movies. We got Ken.
Very important
again. Oh, he shouted us out. Tony from Hack the Movies, TM, shouted us out on the Jack Frost 2 TM Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Being put out by, what is that, Vestron DVD, I believe? Or Blu-ray, rather? That's fucking sweet, man. Well, thank you. We wish we could have been on that fucking commentary track. Yeah. Got a lot to say.
Anybody watching this, whether in the here and now or on the replay, but keep that thought in the back of your mind. Jack Frost, Hack the Movies, Movie Dumpster. I don't know. It might be relevant in a few months. I don't know.
This thing, it's called Trashing Through the Snow. We do it every fucking year. I mean, who knows, We could be talking about that killer mutant snowman once again.
And you got to say, Dusty makes a great point. He says he feels like he's heard of Tony from Hack the Movies, and if you haven't, check the guy out. He's our good friend. He's been on a few episodes. The Changeling, Of Unknown Origin, that Pumpkinhead 2 Blood Wings episode.
Tony's only known as Deja Vu. Okay.
All
right, you get neuralized. Who knows?
He doesn't have that Men in Black episode. Go check out his Men in Black episode. One of my favorite movies that we may cover one day on this show.
We've talked about it, but yeah. And thank you, Johnny. You love the Bad Moon shirt, dude. Which way do I go? This way?
Shirts. We're talking about shirts again.
Well, hang on, motherfucker.
Okay.
So this Bad Moon shirt is from Salt the Earth Printing. It was a limited edition. I don't know if they have them anymore, or if he has them anymore. He's an independent screen printer. He does it in his garage, I believe. He makes amazing stuff. I have a few shirts from him. I have a Tenebrae. I have a...
love that fucking movie.
Yeah, I have a Without Warning. I have this Bad Moon, and I have one other. Oh, an extra one. Does great, fantastic work. Go check him out. Salt the Earth Printing on Instagram, and he does like super limited edition drops and stuff. And Bad Moon happened to be one of them. And here we are.
I love it. I got on the Bart Smart T-shirt that I received, specifically me. Nothing. Personal,
yeah,
guys.
because remember, don't forget. Sean is the only person on this podcast, and he's the only one relevant with an actual T-shirt size. Connor and myself can go fuck ourselves.
If you want to know,
continue.
If you want to know the semantics behind that story,
check out that mailbag.
Yeah, without rehashing my blunder, which send us your stuff. I would say there's a graphic popping up, but this is all live.
It's all live.
Maybe Joe knows the address off the top of his head. Otherwise,
yeah, of course. Send all of your. We do okay. Well, let's preface it with the fact that, like,
It's a new thing.
It's a new thing. If you're on Patreon, you're either sign up for $2, $5, or $10. But if you're signed up for the $2 tier, we're giving you a little bit more stuff. And one of those things is the mailbag video, which we're affectionately calling junk mail. Fits the motif, what have you.
I gotta say, I don't mean to interrupt, but I love if you've seen the video, and if you haven't, I don't think this is a huge spoiler. Maybe this will get you to sign up for the $2 tier. Joe opens it with a banger reference to Double Dragon with the airmail fucking guy.
Airmail!
Oh my god! I was in the damn video. I didn't know that part was in there. I was dying when I saw the rough edit.
Also, there's going to be some Double Dragon stuff coming up. Again, if you took that poll on Twitter, if you chimed in on Instagram, Shadow Master may be making an appearance soon, i.e. the facial hair. Anyway.
Yeah, again, check out Patreon. We may or may not have filmed something that has to do with whatever Joe's talking about earlier today, and you will find out about it first on Patreon.
Yeah, for sure. But definitely, check out that mailbag. And what we're trying to do is give the $2 tier more content. You will not get the commentary tracks or the exclusive watch-alongs. Which you probably should sign up for $5 or $10 if you want that Halloween one. It's going to be a good one. But the $2 tier does get the mailbags. They're going to have mini-sodes we got coming up, especially for October, for Trick or Trash. We're going to have 2 of those mini-sodes for you. Which will be available.
Blowing those mini-sodes out. Because again, like we actually talk about, we recorded a couple episodes for October ahead of time. Just
all of them.
FYI. Yeah. But we'll talk about that at the end of the episode. But we talk about it in those where we, at least one that we recorded so far that we'll talk about, and one more we have planned. Yep. That you stay tuned to find out what that is. But we did the Frank and Turkey one last year.
The side dish. Thanks garbage side dish.
If you haven't heard that and you're on Patreon, check that the fuck out. But the plan always was to do more of these kind of like one-offs, like whether it was more bone chillers or whatever. We wanted Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. I don't know what.
Yeah. Or Goosebumps or Are You Afraid of the Dark or whatever. It could be a kids movie. It could be just a movie that
a movie
that we'd rather cover in a short format as bonus content rather than a mainline episode. But anyway, case in point is that $2 tier is going to get you a lot more stuff, and with the 5 and 10s will net you all of that shit and the commentaries and the watch-alongs and of course the swag. And we're also planning on bringing exclusive. Well, we did a couple of them. We did exclusive teas for Super Combat Fighter Double Dumpster Edition Turbo, and we also
which you could still technically get if you are on Patreon.
If you're on Patreon and you want the Player 2 artwork, but there's going to be more specific designs that will be exclusive to Patreon that you cannot get in the regular store. So keep an eye out.
So it's some kind of a little added bonus for financially supporting us that we're as we do this every year, every month, every episode even, we try to do some kind of improvement, whether it's on the technical side or whether it's something that you guys see more directly or indirectly. There's always something new coming from us, and that's kind of like the subconscious goal, I guess we should say. I mean, we're aware of it, but it's almost like in the back of our heads constantly of ways to improve the experience of the show, I guess, if that makes sense.
100%. And from Tony's mouth to John Hurt's ears, that we can do a commentary track for an Unknown Origin Blu-ray one day. That'd be amazing.
Oh my God, sign me the fuck up. I mean, if you've heard that episode...
Spoilers, it's already out. Somebody already put it... I think Shout Factory put it out, or Scream Factory.
We got to get the rights. We got to get the Hack the Dumpster rights or something.
Maybe. We'll see.
To Sonic Doom's point, to Dusty's point, Medea Boo 2... could be a mini-so, could be. It could also be, again, we've talked about it many times on the live shows and in those old episodes, if you've been listening for a long time, that Revenge of Movie Dumpster or the Son of Movie Dumpster, whatever it ends up being next year. Maybe, I'd say I torture Joe, but really we're torturing everybody in Movie Dumpster, Connor included.
Fucking hate
if we were covering that movie, because goddamn, that first one, if you've actually watched it, is a fucking chore and a half.
It's a fucking ripoff. Okay? It shortchanges you. It's bullshit because it's all a fucking goof, and it's like, why was this even a Halloween thing to begin with?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Demonic Toys is more Halloween connections.
Well, yeah, not to go off on a fucking Medea side tangent.
I'm sure next month...
looking forward to Boo 2.
Boo 2, yeah, in whatever capacity that might be.
Yeah.
And Johnny Blue, we're not talking about Christmas yet. I know we did mention it very briefly. Ernest Saves Christmas is one of those ones we will get to, but not currently happening this year.
Yes.
But it is. There's two other Ernest movies I personally want to cover, and that's one of them. It's just not high on the list at the moment.
Yeah. Also, Dusty brings up Oopsie, the movie.
Oopsie Daisy.
It's 2 parts. We have not recorded those episodes yet, but we will. I have personally watched them. We'll get to it, okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, we did promise those, and we've just been super busy, and we appreciate your patience, and we're trying to give you the best content that we can with the time that we got. We're very, very busy, especially now. There's just a lot of shit going on, and we appreciate your patience, and of course, we appreciate you listening. So we're trying to give you the best content that we can as quick as we can.
Yeah,
so, but
reason.
Oopsie's on the docket. So.
We again, I forget if we talked about this publicly or not, but like we have talked about, possibly doing something a little different with the Ripe Reviews going forward. And
yes,
that is definitely still part of that, but we were just thinking about the way we want to cover newer stuff a little differently, which again, we may have talked about this before. I may just be forgetting. I don't want to go super deep into it right this minute.
Yeah,
but it's something that we've considered.
Listen, maybe there'll be some carnage or something. I think there may be some fucking carnage in our future. What do you think? Let there be my pop-up funny with arachnids and he falls down the well.
I was going to say I didn't really want to go too deep into this now, but yeah, I mean, we talked about maybe not doing a ton of super mainstream stuff, but like goddamn carnage is like so in the fucking pocket, is it not?
It's so fucking ripe for the MDU picking. I mean, fucking...
I think you get the idea.
Between Woody Harrelson being the bartender and the Bunraku connection and the fact that he has the pop-up funny and then he tells the story basically of Spider-Man in that movie.
Arachnus. Yeah.
Arachnus. He fell down the well. It's all fucking connected. It's coming. We couldn't pass it up, so that's coming as well.
Yeah. And Johnny, to your point in the chat, saying that you might have to see it yourself, like, I had zero interest in seeing this film, but, when Joe and Connor, to be perfectly honest, started saying, hey, maybe we got something here with the MDU, I'm like, maybe I gotta go to a damn theater. I was kind of trying to hold out till Ghostbusters came out at this point, honestly, since I could see Halloween Kills on my fucking Peacock channel. But a different conversation for a different day. September.
Let's start it off with Roger Corman's Fantastic Four, the 1994 superhero movie.
Oh, real quick.
Yeah.
Because I started talking about it, and then we made fun of me, and I never actually talked about it.
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
Bart Smart t-shirt.
Oh, Bart Smart, yeah.
From our fan. And I think he's actually a patron now.
Yeah, sure
Justin, over at the Bart Smart.
Yeah.
If you want to see the back of the shirt, it's pretty banging. It's a fucking... I'll describe it, but I ain't going to show you. You got to go to Patreon and see that junk, man.
Hold this up, though.
Yeah, there we go.
Come over here. Other way. Yep.
Bart Smart.
Bart Smart. TM.
It is a
in
goat,
North Carolina.
It's a goat with a pentagram, and it's pretty cool. But if you want to see the what it actually looks like, check out that junk mail video. We show it off. And again, like Joe was saying a little earlier, we have this new series for the $2 tier. Again, any
for
tier,
every tier.
Every tier can see it, right?
But the 2 specifically.
We've done 1. We're hoping to do many more, but we need you guys to send us stuff, and it'll make its way onto the set. Again, like we've talked about this before, but like if this is your first time tuning into a live show, like the plan for 2022 is to kind of do Movie Dumpster all in video. So maybe you'll see something you send in, if it makes sense, somewhere on the set. There was one from our fan, Renan the Shaved, if you're watching. Renan. Okay, I'm sorry.
Renan
the Shaved.
Yes.
Sent us a banger of a gift. And again, if you're on Patreon, you'll know what that is. I don't want to give it away quite yet because that video is still fairly new. But if you know in the chat, you know. And stuff like that. Like we've had our patron... Nick Lowry in the past, he actually did a painting of the Dumpster Goblin, which is somewhere around here.
Well, I actually found it, so in the next mailbag we'll talk about that.
Okay, yeah. But stuff like that. I mean, obviously we're gonna have the VHSs, the DVDs, all the stuff you can already kind of. Again, Alf. If you remember, I was talking about Alf getting out of the damn box and sneaking up behind me like that fucking balloon on Aqua Teen that was trying to ride Carl's butt cheeks. It's Alf. He's eating cats. He's an alien life form. I don't know what he does in his spare time. I got nothing against that, but leave my butthole clean.
Yeah, well, he's gonna lick it clean. I want to give you guys not that you asked for it, but I'm just gonna fucking do it anyway. But
I asked for it.
You asked for it. I want to do an Alf, all of like a Patreon video of all my Alf shit that I have.
I would love that.
Yeah,
you had an awesome Alf cake many years ago for your birthday.
Yeah, my wife made me an Alf cake. I have Alf Tales Wendy's toys. I have fucking Alf and
I can see them from here. I never actually.
I have so many. I have so many Alf things, memorabilia. I have these great Grateful Dead dancing bears, but all of their heads are Alf, and they're all like cut out of plastic, and they're fucking cool. I'll show you.
There might be some other Alf material in your future. Stay tuned.
Yeah, yes, maybe.
Fantastic Four. Roger Corman's film that was literally made just to keep the rights, but nobody knew that was making it except for the director.
Yeah. Well, and we did it with Davey the Scaredy Cat DeForn.
It's always great to have him on. We like to get him on at least one goddamn episode a year.
He has a lot of insightful comments onto, like comic books and stuff.
He knows shit we just, like, I think we're all like, especially Connor would probably attest to that. Comic book fans. I mean, you and Connor were... I love comics, but I haven't picked one up in a hot minute. I'm more of a manga guy nowadays.
I mean, always.
Always, but I was pretty deep in the DC and Marvel for a few, years there, especially The Walking Dead. I know that's not either, but I've fallen off the damn wagon hardcore. I don't know how deep you're in still, but I know Connor tangentially at least follows it.
I think I discussed it on that episode. Like, I'm not a issue guy anymore. Like, I'm very much like, if I hear about a good arc,
sure,
I'll wait till the trade paperback comes out and I'll grab it and I'll read it, of course. Or if there's stories that I haven't read yet, Silver, Golden, whatever.
But Davey is the kind of guy, at least in my experience of just talking to him, where we'll be talking, especially in that episode, you'll even hear it. We're just talking, we're spitballing about how we perceive the Fantastic Four, and he's kind of like, well, hold on a second, you're not wrong per se, but this is what they, blah blah blah, and it's kind of interesting to get that. I like them as a character or as a group, but I don't know. Again, I've read maybe a handful of their comics over the years, but it's been a hot minute. He's kind of like, you know what, I remember this is what they are, yada yada, and explaining why he's kind of coming at it from that angle.
Yeah, well, to your point too, he actually mentioned it in the preamble before we actually recorded, but I don't think he said it on the episode, but Davey said if there was one comic that he would love to draw professionally, it would be the Fantastic Four. So that was pretty interesting.
There's a lot you could draw with that.
I know, but out of all the comic book characters and comic book characters to draw, and being a comic book artist, he picked the Fantastic Four for, I forget why, but maybe you can ask him, message him. Hey, and you know what else? You can message him, and you can fucking commission some artwork from him. He'll do whatever, but he specializes in pet characters of your favorite superhero or
athlete. A lot of times,
athlete or movie character, but as your pet. So your cat or your dog or your fish or whatever you got.
Yeah, I don't want to speak for him because he's not here, but I know Connor specifically talked about a drawing that Davey had done of Connor's roommates. I think it was their mother's dog that passed away. I think so.
Yeah, I believe so.
So he does all kinds of stuff, and of course he's done a ton of our graphics. He's done the Super Combat art. He's done.
Well, you mentioned
the art.
Yeah, you mentioned the Super Combat art on the episode, but he's done he does our Trick or Trash logo art. He did our Blockbuster Bombs art. He did our main art with the hand coming out of the garbage can.
Both Trashing Through the Snow.
Both Trashing Through the Snows, Super Combat Fighter, Barbecue. He's done all
the main ones. The only one that you do the logo treatment a lot of the times, but
it depends.
Fallen Empire, we didn't have a full blown character per se.
We didn't have dedicated art for that, so it was just that that logo I made. Yeah,
but yeah, he's got a style. If you've been following us, you could kind of tell, at least in my opinion, when you see it, if it's one of his pieces.
Oh, totally. And he's at a bunch of shows too. And
he's
right now. We shared it in the story and stuff. So if you're out there, check our stories, and go follow Davey on Instagram, and you'll find out where he is
I think he's
at any particular time
too. But mostly I think he uses Instagram.
Yeah. But definitely check out the Instagram, because that's going to be your main hub to find out what he's doing and to get in touch with him as well.
Oh yeah. But yeah, Fantastic Four. I'm glad we covered that because that was a movie that again I said this on the episode, but like I heard about for years, but never really watched.
Dude, it's so fun.
Yeah,
it's a blast.
For $1 million, like goddamn, they really pulled it off.
For somebody basically going like, yeah, whatever, make a fucking Fantastic Four movie. Here you go. Like, it's so much fun because it's a B movie, comic book movie. And it's a ton of fun. I don't know.
Well, that's like the Punisher 89.
And it looks great.
You know, again, they're not even close to the same kind of movie. And again, you know, Punisher 89 is arguably a better film. However, it is one of those ones that people just immediately write off because it's like in that era where Marvel was just kind of like, yeah, you can make a movie on this thing, whatever.
A lot of people don't like the Punisher. And I'm like, are you fucking
just
crazy?
Just because he doesn't have the damn skull, like, is that, like, I get it to a point, but you're kind of just like, that's what you're going to hang your fucking hat on?
And a lot of people hate it because of that. And it's like, that movie is it's actually one of the most accurate Punisher movies.
Well, if you move past that, sure. I mean, that's the thing. I was talking to somebody recently about the Super Mario Brothers.
For the comic, I mean.
Sure, where it's like, I totally get the argument that it's not like the video game, or it's not like this, or it's not like that. Like, I've been on the other side of that argument before, like, without a doubt. But, like, you have to just, at least the way I look at it now, ask me 5 years ago, I may not have had the same opinion, but, like, just, if you could pull yourself out of it, like if you're not just sitting there saying, well, this isn't exactly like this or this isn't exactly like this, and you can sit there and say, okay, well, like Joe said, they basically got asked to throw this together with the most, minimum budget they possibly had, and they busted their ass, and like, yeah, it's no fucking masterpiece. Like, don't get me wrong, like, the one with Jessica. I always say the one with Jessica Alba because I know there's other famous people in that. Chris Evans is fucking the Human Torch for crying out loud.
Well, yeah, he's America's ass, but like,
but she's the one that like pops in my brain as far as like how to
I got
classify it.
Let's cast Sue Storm with a Spanish woman. I think she's Spanish.
She's Latina in some capacity.
With a Latino woman, and we're going to give her blonde hair and blue contacts. How's that sound?
And that's not even anything against Jessica Alba.
No,
she
but
got
like,
hired
it's so
and she did
dumb.
the job she was paid to do. I mean, even if you heard that Michael Ray Bauer interview, like when he talked about her, like she seems like a pretty nice person. And again, you come through the lens of another person, but it's like, that's a whole different conversation.
Well,
I'm going off on a side tangent of a movie we didn't even goddamn cover.
Yeah.
But that's the one that I think most people that know. It's just like the Punisher. Most people know either Warzone or they know the Thomas Jane one if they're not, if they're familiar with the character at all.
I think people know the Dolph Lundgren one as that shitty one, and I think it's.
I mean, I guess people that are watching our show, sure.
No,
they might be aware.
No, I think in general, I think it's notarized. I
don't think my parents would have a clue. I mean, they might not even know.
I'm not talking about your parents. I'm talking about people who watch movies.
Right, but I guess I'm talking about the general public. But I guess to your point, even people that know movies, maybe they know about it, but you're right. Maybe they're just like Super Mario Brothers. Oh, that movie sucks. I heard it sucks. Or, the stigma is it sucks, so it sucks.
Well,
and it's like,
okay,
watch
so you just said the buzzword, the stigma. There's a stigma around that Punisher movie that shouldn't be there. I think when we met Dolph Lundgren, I had him sign a fucking quad of the Punisher. We took a picture with him, and he was like,
yeah.
And I'm like, dude, that's like that's a great flick. Like, look.
He's probably gotten so much shit over the years.
Like, cool. You were the bad guy in Rocky IV. Great, but like,
and many others.
Yeah, I know, but like, I know he has a good wealth of movies like Showdown in Little Tokyo and all that shit. But like, that one is better than it has any right to be, I guess.
No, yeah, and I'm with you. I just, I wonder about that sometimes when people just like write things off. And like, again, like I said, I've been there
where you
before.
came from, okay? Yeah. Like, come on, be humble about that shit.
I would be curious to see, and I didn't look this up since we recorded, like how people that worked on the Fantastic Four, like how they think about it today, like how many of them just are jaded by. I mean, again, they didn't make presumably a lot of money on it. The thing went on the shelf and never.
No,
went anywhere beyond that.
We talk about it in the episode. Go listen to the episode if you haven't listened to the episode. We go deep into it, behind the scenes and how basically the cast was tricked into thinking that this was going to be a big hit, and then they got word that it was going to be shelved because the purposes of the movie were only to make it to retain the rights, but then come to find out, they were like, oh, no, what are you talking about? Well, if it doesn't do well, we're going to make a TV series, okay?
Right,
and they're okay, that sounds right. Never happened. it got out and it's been bootlegged for years.
And it's fine.
No,
check it out.
I would love it.
It's on YouTube.
I would love an official release. Like, why doesn't Marvel just get? I mean, why doesn't Disney just like pick up the rights and just release it like as a goof or like restore it as a goof? We got Mr. Fucking Boogedy. Okay, can we please have the Fantastic Four movie like restored?
Yeah.
And not in 4-3, please. You know.
With that said, we'll read a couple questions from the chat. And then we'll probably move on to the next movie.
Yeah. Or to the watch along.
Oh yeah, there you go. Scarecrows. Dusty is not a fan of Reed Richards. Apparently, thinks they are his least favorite comic book character of all time. I don't agree. I guess I kind of get it, but I like him. Again, in the episode I talk about it. My second favorite rubber character, I suppose. If the only other one I know is Monkey D. Luffy from One Piece, my favorite series of all time.
What about Stretch Armstrong?
Yeah, Reed Richards is better. I know who you are. I'm just struggling with your username for a second. Streetlight, OMW.
Streetlight outside my window.
There you go.
Yeah.
How you doing, man? Saying that they finally made it to a live show. Well, welcome. And Johnny Blue.
What's up, dude?
They love that trashing art. We love it too, man. And it is a classic Punisher movie. That's for sure.
It's a really good. The 89 Dolph Punisher is great. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Go watch the fucking Fantastic Four movie. It's on YouTube. I think that's the best quality you're gonna get. It's fun.
Yeah,
it might not,
I mean,
like, don't expect like some great fucking piece of art,
No.
but like it's great. And Doom in that is the best Doom to date that we've got on film, and he's hilarious.
Yes.
It's great.
Doom rules.
Yeah.
Such a like I was gonna say underrated, which I guess is the right term, but it's
I
like that
would
thing
say,
where
yeah.
like the movies just haven't gotten him right, and it just kind of hurts, especially like with the way Marvel's been the last like 10 or 15. You would think that. I mean, I guess now the guy that's doing Spider-Man's gonna do Fantastic Four, and we'll see what happens.
I'm really excited to see what John Watson did with that.
Yeah,
dude. And I cannot wait for fucking No Way Home. Like,
same.
I'm so excited for that. I love Spidey's my fave, so you can always my ass will always be in a scene for that.
Sure. I'm caught up now, so I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
Ken Smith. Again, Connor couldn't be with us today. Just doing some personal shit.
Unfortunately, yeah, he's well, he'll be addressing it soon.
Yeah. But with that said, Ken, he mentions Connor. That's why I say that.
Oh yeah.
He watched that '90s Justice League. That piece of shit with the George Costanza Martian Manhunter, and he says that damn, that was a doozy. You and Connor are the only two people I know that have watched it. So more power to you.
I'm not gonna watch it.
I'm not.
Fucking,
Zero.
Fucking no thanks.
With that said,
we're moving on.
Scarecrows. What is this? The Thelma and Louise?
What is this?
Yeah. I'm like reaching for your hand and you don't want it. Yeah.
Hey, glug, glug, glug.
We haven't done that in a minute.
Yeah, I know.
Threw me off.
I think I spit on you. Sorry about that.
I got the fungus.
Whoops. Oh yeah, trust it, baby.
Scarecrows. You're gonna have to fucking refresh my damn memory because I've already lost most of that movie.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a month,
well,
Joe.
To all you patrons,
month.
To all you patrons who came out and hung out with us while we watched Scarecrows.
Scarecrows versus Crows, as we found out.
Well, the Crows were the name of the SWAT team, or not a SWAT team, but like a Merc team that went in.
Yeah. The Resident Evil fucking crew.
The Barry Burton, the fucking Chris Redfield, and the Jill Valentines of the world.
The chicken shit Vickers.
And the chicken shit Vickers, yeah. Chicken shit
Stars.
Vickers. Wow, that really rolls off the tongue, huh? Chicken. Hi, he's a chicken shit Vickers.
He's a son of a bitch.
Anyway, Scarecrows. Yeah, that movie's a fucking blast. If you haven't seen it, or you're not a patron and you didn't hang out for the watch along, definitely look up Scarecrows. I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube, or you can find it on. It might even be on Tubi too.
We watched it somehow, and I think it was like one of those ones that was easier to find. Or did we watch one of your rips? We might have watched.
No, it was a Blu-ray.
Oh, it was okay.
It was a Blu-ray rip. And that I want to say that might have been Scream Factory. I don't know. It might have been. One of those releases that they're kind of like, whatever. Here you go.
Yeah, well, right.
Fine.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you're right, Brendan, in the chat. The fucking prequel Predator. It could be, yeah.
The Predator. Yeah, there's a lot of parallels to it for sure.
And like we've talked about this on like just about every live show, but just in case you're not aware, like any of those watch-alongs we do, again, they're for the $5 and $10 tiers over on Patreon as a bonus.
They're also live, so you can come on just like this, just like we're doing right now, and ask us questions and chit-chat with us while we're watching it. And watch it with us. Watch along, hence the name.
We always post the replay. Like, it might be within a day or two sometimes, because, just we have to re-upload it and maybe tweak some things if the audio got off kilter. Mm-hmm. But all the ones we've done, I think 8 of them so far. I think that sounds right. Maybe 9, counting something else. But
that's like, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. That's like 16 hours of content.
God. They're all on Patreon, so if you've missed them,
$5 for 16 hours of content.
Yeah. Like, whether you're a patron now and you just like haven't checked them out yet, or if you're thinking about pulling the trigger on it and getting like that dumpster swag along with the watch alongs and the commentary tracks, they're all there.
Yeah,
they're not going anywhere. No. And at least until we get DMCA'd, which let's cross our heart and hope to die that doesn't happen.
I doubt it.
Okay,
if we did fucking King Kong and Godzilla
and are still standing,
like the new ones, the legendary ones, and like had no problems, there's no
that's
fucking,
how we kicked it off.
There's no fucking way anybody's gonna bust our balls for Scarecrows or anything else going forward.
And Scarecrows, if you haven't seen it,
unless we get like super famous, which that probably won't.
Like
happen.
Tony, who was in the chat earlier.
If we even get half as famous as Tony from Hack the Movies, that would be impressive.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Sure. Well, yeah.
Scarecrows, though, again, it's kind of just like mercenaries versus zombies, but they're like scarecrow zombies, I guess, right?
Yeah. Well, no, they're not zombies. Well. Within the film, they never tell you exactly how they're reanimated. What's great about the flick is there is this underlying sort of Lovecraftian horror that has befell this farm, and it involves these 3
like
dudes.
Color Out of Space kind of thing, almost.
Well, I mentioned that because it feels kind of like that, like the tone and like the setting, but like it's more like 3 podunk motherfuckers in the middle of nowhere accidentally release this ancient evil. Evil! Ocean! 6 times!
The Cult of Thorn!
Oh God, we're gonna get to that in a second.
Holy shit! Help me.
But yeah, check it out. It's fucking great. Like, there's a lot of great scenes. It's creepy as hell. It's fun. It's like, yeah, right. So it's like Predator kind of. So it's like if Shane Black wrote an H.P. Lovecraft story, I think that's pretty accurate. I think that's pretty accurate. Predator meets The Curse,
which is basically Color Out of Space, but like.
Yeah,
based on it at least.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about Color Out of Space. I'm talking
more
about
like The Curse.
I'm talking about Will Wheaton's The Curse.
Talk about a movie that needs to happen at some point, because I distinctly remember watching that at our friend and co-host of Talks from the Dark Side, Chris Barr's house several years ago while working on a screenplay. Just in the background, just see Will Wheaton getting fucking taken out by that sheriff from fucking Monster in the closet.
That's
his
right.
Dad or whatever.
Speaking about The Curse, if you go on Instagram and follow Tom Hensley, he sculpted that Trantor that we gave away last year for Trick or Trash. That was sponsored by the Plastic Geek, but the sculptor of Trantor, Tom Hensley, sculpted the VHS cover of The Curse, and it's the fucking hand holding the house, and it's so fucking cool. You gotta go check it out. It's awesome. Just a side note.
I have to check it out myself. I don't remember that one.
And yes, Johnny, it's from I believe it's from 88. Scarecrows 88.
Somewhere in the late 80s.
Yeah,
for sure, without a doubt. And you know what, Dusty? That's a good point. Did we yeet the evil into a hole? Again, find out soon.
Did anybody see the fucking... I made a banger meme, and maybe I'm just like... I thought it was funny as hell, but like, especially for like the movie dumpster stuff, but like I made the one from Demonic Toys.
I'm trying to remember now.
That I did.
It's been a hot minute.
Where it's like, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. Yeah. And it was like I forget what the fuck it was.
It's been a hot minute. Look it up on Instagram.
Anyway,
you can get there faster.
It's on
than
Instagram. It's funny as hell. in my opinion. I thought it was.
Oh my god, I completely forgot about that. You know, when you've been doing the show for like going on 5 years, like as we're getting closer to the end of season 4, it's like I remember a lot. Like I remember a lot of shit, but sometimes it just right out the back of my fucking head.
Oh,
yeet it out the back of my head, Dusty. How's that for you?
Something about the demonic toys. Yeet my. I want to get tossed in a fucking hole and impregnate Judith Gray.
Oh,
yeah,
it's coming back to me. It's coming back. We'll look it up. We'll post it.
We'll
repost it.
Something. Give me the something toys and
demonic
and free my soul.
Free Charnetsky's soul.
I want to get tossed in a fucking hole and impregnate Judith Gray. Anyway, it was funny to me. If it's not funny to you, I don't give a fuck.
We'll look it up. We'll repost it. We'll get a second pulse on that.
Yeah.
But
get the beat on it.
Yeah. The beat on the soul. Of
anyway,
that
yeah. So Scarecrows was a blast, and then moving on to the finale of September was the big gigantic episode of Bad Moon with CB Smith.
That episode. Not only was it a banger, but it fucking consumed me for a week. In a good way. I was living inside
nature of the beast. Nature of the beast.
Yeah. I was living inside that warm werewolf skin like a fucking tauntaun. Someone cut open.
Smelled bad on the outside.
Shoved me inside there. We had CB Smith on for a mainline episode. We've been doing the book to the movie. If you've been following that with him for about a year now.
Yeah. Oh, there's Serge. What's up, dude?
Hey, what's going on, man? Best episode, best CB Smith feature ep yet. Well, we really
that's a
do
bold
appreciate
statement,
that.
and yeah, that's a bold statement.
I like that Orca one quite a bit, but it's been a hot minute since I listened to it, and the Bad Moon one's super fresh. So I don't like to just it's our show, so like when I sit there and say my favorite episode, I'm like, well, I got rose tinted glasses on a little bit here.
It was a good episode, and whenever CB's on, I mean, it's so much. I love doing book to the movie with him, but when we all watch the movie and he watches the book, or he reads the book, excuse me.
I mean, he
does watch it. I mean, he has to look at it to read it. But I don't know. There's a different kind of sauce there when it's a mainline episode, and we're all privy to the movie rather than like us.
And it's that
going
thing,
at each other with
sure, and it's that thing too. Like I compare it to like the Mortal Kombat episode we did a little earlier this year, where it's like it's also a longer episode, but there's a reason for that. It's not just long for the sake of being long. It's like no, we didn't just cover the movie, we didn't just cover the book.
We also weren't just bullshitting. Like there's so much information. Go ahead.
Right. Well, that's my point because it's like I compare it to the Mortal Kombat one because it's like we could have talked about that movie in 2 hours, no problem. But it's like. We go into the fucking history of the movies. We talk about Annihilation,
the video games,
the new one,
the influence on us as kids, the influence on the genre in general, video games in general.
Yep.
Halloween costumes and action figures and stuff. Well, that was Mortal Kombat, but yeah.
Well, right. But to pivot that back into Bad Moon, it was like we're getting CB's opinion about the book, the differences. We have a long conversation about our favorite werewolf movies in there. We joke. We're mostly busting Connor's balls, honestly, but we're talking about a little pumpkin spice, or the special effects and Steve Johnson, and
Ken Kersinger's in the werewolf suit for that, and just the influence of werewolves in general, like in the genre, and how they've been presented to us, and in what movies and in different ways, you know?
It just makes me want, like, it's kind of funny to me, like, when you think about it in these terms, like, we've done more mutant baby movies than werewolf movies on this show.
This is true.
Which is, like, a sentence I never thought I'd say in my life, but we gotta do some more werewolf movies. Like, even vampires is, like, another one. I know those are kind of, like, the two most, like, cliche ones to jump to when you say one or the other.
Well, I want to get Night Flyer in the can, straight up.
Night Flyer?
Stephen King's Night Flyer. Miguel Ferreira.
Oh, I think you were talking about this recently.
And it's the vampire that flies the plane that I was telling you about. Oh, it's so fucking good.
I mean, I believe you. I just don't remember.
I'm sure somebody else is going to cover it before we do, but fuck them, because we'll do it anyway. How's that sound?
Well, I mean, Serge is saying Night Flyer scared the shit out of him as a kid, so somebody else knows about it. Again,
Dude,
listen,
it's great. That fucking end scene when they're in the... Well... We'll get there.
Yeah, well,
it's great.
I was gonna say I'll keep this brief because we're talking about Bad Moon, but it's like that thing, like I feel like I'm in a weird position a lot of times with these films. Where it's like I'm into all of this stuff. Like I might not love it all, but like I'm
Sure.
You've got me by the collar, let's say, or by the leash, or whatever the fuck the saying is. But I still don't know most of this shit.
I have your attention.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas like Joe,
you could probably ring off fucking 20 films on that shelf that you have never seen.
Yes, whereas Joe for sure,
More than that.
and Connor to a point is a little bit more familiar with some of these more oddball films, and I'm just like, sure, let's do it. And it's like I don't know, I don't always know what I'm getting into. Like obviously, there's cases where I'm like I'm on the same page as you.
Yeah,
but I like being surprised. I like seeing something different.
But that's half the fun. I mean, we've talked about it numerous times. Like bringing something to the what's up.
No, I had a cut on my leg and I just scratch it and it's bleeding profusely. But don't worry.
You better watch out. The fucking floor vampires.
I know. Yeah.
Alpha's gonna start sucking you off.
Oh no! My biggest fear.
I'm out for blood.
Him and Spike the Gremlin.
Spike. That's one of the best parts of the show is being able to present to you guys and vice versa to me as well, movies that either you haven't seen or haven't seen in a while, or the undiscovered gems of the film world. I mean, I love movies. I love horror movies. I love weird shit. I like, for instance, with friends like these. Yes, people that I know and in the circles that I hang around in online and stuff, they know what the fuck this movie is, but I guarantee none of you motherfuckers have ever heard of this movie ever in your whole life.
First time seeing it ever.
And it's great. And that's what I'm talking about. That's like one of the coolest things to me. Not only discovering a movie that I haven't seen before and like really enjoying it, but being able to show other people movies that are good or weird or just totally fucking out there that they might have not seen in their life or like on the regular, like you would never come across it, I guess is what I'm saying. Like Haunted Ween, which we'll get to.
That's a transition. I was gonna say like Monster Dog, which is on your shelf, whatever that is, but yeah, go right for the jugular.
Okay, so Jason Hill, who sent us those lovely Tales from the Dark Side comic books, he reached out and he's like, oh, you guys, I listened to the Bad Moon episode, I loved it. I was like, thank you. But he was like, oh, you forgot to mention Monster Dog.
I just picked that one out of a fucking hat and I hit gold.
Where is it?
It's over there. It's behind the lights. You'd have to really kind of reach for it.
Well, I have a full.
Oh, you have multiple copies.
I do. I have two copies. I have the full clam and I have a cut box one. But this is Monster Dog because it was just close to me. This film, you can call it a werewolf movie if you want, but it has Alice Cooper in it, and Alice Cooper is the main star in this, and he is heir to this mansion we see. Except the whole movie, he's in the movie and he's overdubbed. So it's not even his voice. Like, he's acting, but like somebody else has dubbed him over completely.
He's not like some Joe Schmo that like people aren't gonna like hear the noise and not think anything of it. Like Alice Cooper, it's like he doesn't have like the most distinct voice ever, but it's a distinct enough voice.
It's bizarre. And like the intro music video to Monster Dog is worth price of admission alone. It's fucking great.
It's a watch along in the making.
Oh, it's a watch along and a half. But, look,
or is there enough there to cover?
It's.
I'm not going to hold you, to it, but
I gotta watch it again. But from what I remember, it's mostly chore to get through. But maybe it'll be a good watch along.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have anything else that we want to say about Bad Moon? Again, like listen to the episode. Unless you guys have like specific questions about that. I liked it a lot. If you could find the book under $900, go for it.
Oh, Thor, yeah.
We talked about it again for like 3 fucking hours. I cut very little out of that episode, so like you pretty much got the raw deal on that one.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you heard it all if you've listened.
I mean, I literally have nothing more to say about Bad Moon because we talked about it all. But that was great that we got to do that.
Yeah,
and
it's gonna be cool going into next year doing some more book to the movies. And I know someone had asked us. I forget if it was YouTube or Instagram or Patreon. Someone was like, "Oh, are you guys got any more Book to the Movie planned?" And I was like, "Wow, we got something in that vein."
Well, yeah, but we also do have Book to the Movie coming up.
We do, but I don't know. Just on that note, like if we're gonna have another main Book to the Movie by the end of this year, we might have like one more.
Yeah, well, I think we're definitely gonna have the one that we've been teasing, especially if you watch that mailbag video.
Oh.
On our Patreon.
There's one that I don't know if we're talking about the same thing. I don't want to just say it in case I'm wrong, because I don't want to put you on the spot. But there's one I want to do next year specifically when we switch to video. But yeah, maybe one more this year is the point.
Yeah, well, there should be.
Yeah.
And Brendan says, our good friend of the show, Chris Barr, from Talks from the Dark Side, if you guys have been listening to that. We got to talk about those too.
Oh, yeah.
He picked up Night Flyer on VHS at the Collingswood. Man, I miss Collingswood flea market so much, dude. Brendan.
Serge is forever grateful for
Future Cops.
Talking about an old watch along. Go check out that.
That was
we
during...
still got to make that damn Crab Angel t-shirt.
Yes,
whatever that is.
Yeah,
whatever that is.
Crab Angel t-shirt we got to make. But like that was so much fun to watch with you guys during the Super Combat Fighter. Street outside my window says you guys have introduced me to a bunch of movies that I've never heard of, and also reminded me of stuff I watched as a kid in the 80s, 90s, and forgot about. One of my favorite things about the show. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
Here's one for you. A little cartoon that pops in my mind occasionally that I don't remember anything about. Creepy Crawlers, the animated series.
Creepy Crawlers.
I remember enjoying that, but never
don't remember the
seeking
fucking
it out as an adult.
Don't remember the series, but I remember those little fucking rubber metal molds. It was like Easy Bake Oven, but it was
they had, from what I recall, they'd have like their hero characters would come out of the fucking baked machine.
Oh my god!
And fight other like evil monsters.
Dude, I love cool that. That's like the Killer Tomatoes cartoon. Serge says not only is he forever grateful for Future Cops, but for Aberration and the Boneyard, which are two fucking amazing movies that I'm so glad we got to talk about on the show. And those are I feel like those are really forgotten gems for sure.
Yeah, again,
especially Aberration.
I don't mean to keep plugging a thing, but the junk mail video again. If you want to see my Simon Basel impression, I do it now. But currently, I'm dealing with blood on my right hand from my leg injury from walking into my coffee table at home. So I'll do it regardless. Little crocodile rock, little crocodile rock. If you
that
saw
didn't sound
blood,
anything like Elton
don't
John, but it was funny as hell. Sorry, I'm just reading the comments.
Yeah, they had a toy tie-in, Serge. I think that had to do with that animated show.
What?
Well, I'll look it up after the fact.
Yeah, of course. Do you not remember making Creepy Crawlers?
Well, I made them, but I'm saying, like, I think he's specifically asking, was there a toy tie-in because of the animated series? I don't remember, but they were cool looking. I'll look it up.
Yeah, the only Creepy Crawlers I remember were getting, like, the little tubes. You know, you put
them in the oven.
You got your master set with the oven and your metal plates that had the molds. Excuse me, live stream burp. And then you had the fucking the plastic or the liquid rubber that was in these little bottles.
Oh yeah.
And the way you would make them is you'd squeeze the shit into the mold, but you can do like different colors, like if you dabbed it or whatever, and then you put it in the oven and then it cooked the rubber or cured the rubber rather. And then you had little fucking creepy crawlers, and you fucking, in the commercial he throws them at his sister or whatever, and everybody freaks out.
Right. And just before we move on from that, Johnny mentions in the chat, Creepy Crawlers cartoon was cool, and that they saw it on the Fox Family Channel along the same time that the Donkey Kong Country cartoon was airing, which I do remember that. It was it was kind of like CG. It was
I remember that, but okay. I don't remember that like being at the same time.
Same ballpark. With that said, though, if you got anything else about Bad Moon, now's the time.
Yeah, I'm good. I mean, what? There's nothing left to say. Like, I definitely do want to do more werewolf movies for sure. Like maybe we do like a special month of them because
Silver Bullet, man, it's right for the take.
Well, I want to do Silver Bullet, but I want to get like a good mix of shit. Like I want to do like Company of Wolves, Project Metal Beast, and
Dog Soldiers, baby.
Well, that's the thing. Like I feel like that is such a good combination of like radically different werewolf movies would be like Company of Wolves, Silver Bullet, and Project Metal Beast. Like those are
right.
Those are like
a three-fer.
Completely different films. And then maybe we do like a special episode. I don't know. Who fuck knows?
We'll figure it out. We're just spitballing here. We're just coming up with ideas.
Yeah, nothing's in concrete,
how you guys,
but like
react.
No, nothing's concrete. But like, I would want to do it where it would be like the werewolf genre, but like so many like drastically different takes on each.
You don't want to tread the same ground too often.
Yeah,
it's boring. But you want to talk about? Let's talk about Talks from the Dark Side. Briefly,
briefly. We're going to talk about October. So we had 2 episodes this month. We had Case of the Stubborns, and we had Jin No Chaser. Mr. Duncan joins us again
from the grave.
He's back from the grave to hang out with his nephew or his grandson Christian Slater. Because
Grandpa, you look dead.
Because are you a hint or what? But
the faces.
Yeah, but he comes back to
not die.
To not die because he's got a case of the stubborns, and
he needs Data from Star Trek, Brett Spiner, to fucking freak out and like make all these faces at him. It's kind of the best part.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, definitely listen to the episode and definitely check it out if you've been following along with the Tales from the Dark Side complete series. Definitely get the DVDs
if you even can. We're taking credit for this. First of all,
straight up. Let me tell you fucking something.
This DVD is hard as fuck to find now. When we
started
this show, this side show, this sub show, I don't know what you want to refer to it as.
It's just like a sub series, I would say.
You could kind of get it, no problem. Best Buy, Amazon.
We're talking about Tales from the Dark Side, the complete collection.
Right.
When we started
the
pushing
DVD set.
Yeah, the DVD set. When we started pushing that, when we started doing the series, the Talks from the Dark Side series, we were like, okay, go get the fucking series and watch along with us as we do it.
Which I know for a fact a few of you have, whether you're watching live or not. Like I've talked to a couple of you. Yeah.
Yeah. I know Kyle McDonald bought the set for sure. And Brendan picked up the set, I believe, too, as well.
Yeah, let us know if you have.
Let us know if you have.
Because, again, Joe's going to go into it in a second, but it seems like it's a lot harder to find now.
So, well, here's the thing. Like, we do the show, like you were saying, and, the set is like $20 on Amazon, right?
It was 30. It was like 30 and change.
And then, on Best Buy, it was like
Best Buy, it was 30.
It was
like,
30
The
bucks.
standard price was 30. It was like $29.99 plus shipping.
So it was $25 on fucking Amazon.
Oh, okay.
So somebody asked me like, "Oh, where can I get the series?" I'm like, "Oh, I'll just go on Amazon and I'll send you the link." I go on Amazon and it's like $50 fucking, and I'm like, "What? What is there a shortage of this all of a sudden?" And like Sean said, he's attributing to the fact that we started the trend of getting this fucking like picking up this DVD set of Tales from the Dark Side.
I'm not so facetious to think that literally nobody else is covering this.
I'm sure somebody else is, but
the timing,
the timing is just so fucking ironic. Like,
especially when you go on YouTube, not that I'm necessarily advocating anyone to do this per se, but if you just Google, if you look on YouTube, Tales from the Dark Side, there are other people that have covered it over the years, but like,
we're talking like years ago.
Oh yeah, but like right now, again, I didn't go deep on this. I'm just trying to prove a quick point. Is like, we're like the ones, at least on YouTube and in the podcasting realm, I guess let's call it, that are looking at this right now. So it's just kind of funny that as soon as we're like,
wrong, though.
Go buy this thing, a month or two later, it's like hard to find. It's just kind of like, there's got to be a correlation, right?
It just seems like it happened with like 2 or 3 other things, and we were.
Well, Tammy the T-Rex is the big one, but
but that's a goof. But like,
okay, fine. This might actually be
legitimate. It was so ridiculous that they just happened to skyrocket in price and be scarce all of a sudden because you couldn't give the shit away fucking a year ago,
Yeah. Well, and Johnny in the chat makes a good point. If a lot of people are searching for it, maybe they realize, maybe this is something people want, and they just jack the price up.
Oh, I guess
he's talking about. I guess some of the old Joe Bob books have gone up a ton in price, which I get. Like, he's been doing that a Last Drive in a few years now, kind of like getting the attention back on him and his production. I don't know what it is. We'll take credit for it, especially
we're also just half goofing too.
Half is the key word. Half is the key word. Because Case of a Stubborns, listen to both episodes, but like that one we all really enjoyed without putting the cart before the horse. But like the second one we did this month,
Jin No Chaser.
Yeah, episode 10 of the series it's
a stinker.
It
Straight up.
sucks. I mean, we say it in the first minute or two,
Yeah.
so I hope that's not some huge fucking revelation, but...
I think I say in the episode, like, if Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the best part of your episode, you might have a shitty episode.
Like, I get that he's got star power, don't get me wrong, and I actually, to a point, like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
No,
I mean,
he's great in the episode. I think he's funny in the
it's
episode.
just everything else is like... I mean, you got to hear the episode. I don't want to give the whole goat away because they are those shorter episodes to begin with, if you haven't heard them.
Yeah, it's only 25 minutes or whatever. Just go check it out.
That one actually is pretty damn short. I think that one is close to half an hour, which, I mean, is the goal sometimes with those, but they do run long if we got a lot to say.
Sure.
Like when we did Wordpresser of the Gods last month.
Oh, yeah.
That one was almost an hour, but there was so much to say about that.
Well, yeah. Well, even Case of the Suburbs was a little longer, too, because we talk about...
But we go off on that whole Duncan side tangent, to be fair. But...
Yeah, but we talk about Robert Bloch as well.
True.
The prolific science fiction writer, protege of
which is
H.P.
still
Lovecraft.
Crazy. Like when you were
it's
talking about
bonkers.
that.
There might be some extra content coming to Patreon featuring Tales from the Dark Side and or the original stories that they're based on, possibly. So keep an eye out if you're on Patreon or if you want to sign up.
I'm sitting here like, huh, what? And then like as it's coming, I'm like, oh yeah, we did talk about this.
But yeah, I mean, go check out Talks from the Dark Side, but
yeah, let us know if you're enjoying that. I mean, it seems like everyone's checking it out, and we've heard nothing but good things, but let us know, like in the comments, whether that's on YouTube or on the Instagram post.
Yeah.
Somewhere, let us know that you're enjoying it, you're not enjoying it. I mean, I hope you am, but, let us know.
Oh, for sure. And
I mean, that goes for everything, but especially Tales or Talks or however you want to look at it is... It's still a fairly new project. Like the plan is still to kind of do what we originally said with Chris is to kind of go through the whole series over the next couple of years. Mm-hmm. But we'd love to hear your opinion about how you like it so far.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Let us know how we're doing on everything, by the way.
Well, sure. Yeah.
What the hell was I going to say? Nope, I lost it.
It sounded like you were about to roll into what's coming up next, but I don't want to put words in your mouth.
I was, but I wanted to say one other thing. Anyway. If
it comes to you, say if it comes we to are me, live.
Yeah, so. yeah. I can't stop and be like, oh, what was that again? But yeah. So we're getting into
the spooky season, if you will.
October is upon us. This week.
We might even
is it not?
We talked about it a little bit on that Bad Moon episode, actually.
Yeah,
we talked. God damn, you're right. It is this. Like, was this Friday? We're hitting the fucking October.
This
season?
Friday is October 1st, which is insane. The months are just flying by, folks.
Oh my god.
We have a new promo in the can for Trick or Trash, so we got some good stuff coming to you.
We got actually a couple promos just waiting to come out to you guys. Well, really getting into it.
Well, yeah, we have like our main promo for the main show, which is like our YouTube trailer or whatever, Spotify trailer, whatever you want to call it. But we did shoot our Trick or Trash. The first big promo for Trick or Trash we shot the other day with our good friend Ryan Hickey, of Monster Effects. He came up and we shot a bunch of stuff with him to kind of ring in the theme this year and what the deal is exactly with Trick or Trash and how we're going about it, which was super fun. But I guess
you want to talk about these movies that we're going to be covering?
Yeah, I guess we can spoil some stuff. You guys want to be spoiled? I know you do. You want to fucking know. I know you do. We got some good ones coming up for sure. 7-second delay. Here we go.
Good, sure, why not?
I think they're all good, even the bad ones.
I guess I don't want to tilt my hand before we even put out the goddamn episodes, but I guess you'll see in a second why maybe that's my reaction.
Well, it
is, like, as much as I love doing this show, period, and the statement, like, Trick or Trash, I mean, Trash in the Snow's fun, too, don't get me wrong, but it's like,
but this is
Halloween's my favorite time of year.
Yeah,
so.
Oh, yeah, me too, man. This is like when the fucking all the planets align.
If only
with the dumpster.
If only I could get that damn summer weather. I know we had that weird Christmas like 4 or 5 years ago where it was like 80 out on Christmas. Like I don't need that shit.
No,
but like I'll take like 70s into November. I know that's maybe pissing some people off, especially my wife. But I'm kind of into it.
I want like 60 degrees.
Sure.
I want to put on a sweatshirt and feel that chill in the air.
You want to put on that Halloween cavity color sweatshirt? Please sponsor us.
And I want to light that fire. I want to drink some Bolero Snort beer TM and wear my cavity colors Halloween stuff, TM.
You know what, Dusty? You make a good point. We're coming from the northeast of the country, where we do get snow. But you're right, Florida, every year it's 90 on Christmas. That is something to keep in mind. I tend to forget.
Connor and I both lived in Florida as kids, and it sucks, even as kids. So yeah.
Making the guy feel better. Yeah, it does suck. Yeah.
Well, I fucking hate humidity. Humidity is like my worst enemy, especially for like the tapes and shit. And like if you're a collectible guy, like I am, like, and you gotta, you have to keep your stuff in the basement or wherever it is. Like it's very hard to temperature control all that. That's why I got the fucking.
You know what's funny about
the
that?
Shit running all the time.
I know we're trying to get into this because it is already getting a little late. But like you are that guy. Yeah. I am the polar fucking opposite. Like I love my shit, but I am like. I hope it works. I take care of it, but I don't have it like in a pile or a mess or anything.
You're the fucking guy who throws out his sleeves to his DVDs.
Yeah, fuck him. I don't want that shit.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Right in the trash. Right in the goddamn trash.
Well, there you go. There's a difference.
Get rid of it.
Anyway, here we go. So this is your trick or trash lineup. I don't know if we don't need to spoil everything.
I just want to show the movies. We'll don't show have to get into all the nitty gritty.
We'll show you the mainline episodes.
We'll save that for Patreon. We'll let the patrons know first.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about the mainline episodes, and then on Patreon you'll get the scoop of what's coming up via watch along, minisodes, all that kind of good stuff.
I'll follow your lead on some of this, but yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, I have an idea of what I want to talk about.
Excuse me.
I want to see where you're going.
See, we're not
this.
A unit. We're not.
Well, we were. We are. Because there's one thing we've talked about.
He doesn't fucking give people my T-shirt size.
God. Well, I'm just thinking about stuff we've talked about on the recordings that we've already done.
Well, that's actually you're right, and that just popped in my head as well. Fuck it. Okay, go ahead. You want to lead? Go for it.
Okay. Well, let's start with the first episode.
Okay.
You got the VHS tapes.
I got the tapes here. We're going to talk about them.
It's coming out as of this release of this. Not this week, but next week.
So October...
I think that's the 6th? 8th?
October 8th. October 8th will be the first episode of Trick or Trash.
Bring that tape out, boy.
What do we got? Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. Michael Myers is dead. No, he's not.
He's only died at this point in the series, twice? We talk about it on the episode.
2, 3, 4.
Loomis is on like the third death,
4.
I think.
3 times. 3 times.
3 times!
It's not 6 times yet. Okay, so
this was a fucking... This was an episode and a half, man.
I don't want to spoil too much of this. However, we are going to be comparing and contrasting the producer's cut of this film to the theatrical cut of this film and why it's the best in the Thorn trilogy because 4 and 5 suck.
I mean, you'll hear my opinion and Joe's opinion and Connor's on that because I think we agree in some spots and some spots not so much. But like, I know some people really like the Cult of Thorn series, but
man, well, I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want to give away an episode we haven't released yet, but
we'll discuss it, and we'll
Holy
discuss
shit.
it at the end of the month. You're going to hear what we're going to say about it on the episode, but we can talk about it again on the live show, and we're probably going to get a lot of fucking bullshit for what we say, especially about part 4.
And real quick on that note, it probably will be in the beginning of November. Realistically, it won't be on Halloween or anything like that.
No. It'll be November. It'll be the first week in November. You'll have we'll do a live wrap up.
Yeah. The second film, again, as of this recording, only one of these we have not recorded yet, but you can. You'll find. Well, now they know. I'm not going to tell them which. I'm not going to tell them which one.
I think that's the last thing we need to record for October. We did. Yeah. We literally packed.
We got ahead of the horse on this.
It's also going to be if the. Did we go?
Well, let's cover these first, but yes, that is something I do want to talk about.
So the next Trick or Trash episode is going to be Haunted Ween.
Let's also say that facial expression is all you're going to get.
It is a low budget film from Kentucky from 1991. I'm not going to spoil too much for this, but I like this movie. Sean does not like this movie. Connor does not like this movie, but we'll get to it. There it is.
It's again, I know I'm biased, but it's a banger of an episode without a doubt. But
I don't know.
It's hard to really say much without giving it away.
Yeah, we don't want. Yeah, we don't want.
It's different because we have recorded episodes ahead of time in the past. Don't get me wrong, but like this is like a special case because of like what we were talking about earlier in the episode. Like you just have like your wedding and everything, like a lot of personal shit. And it's like coming down to the end of the like.
There's just a lot going on.
It's just a different way we're going about shit a little bit.
Between the wedding and work and everything, there's just a lot to do. But we've been being really good about getting the content in the bag. Anyway,
and
Haunted Ween.
Yes, and then the third film, the third mainline episode, because we love to do at least 3 for these event months.
Yeah, we cut down 4, but we've been doing 3 if you've been keeping track and noticing. But we are throwing Angela's throwing another party. And we are coming back to Night of the Demons with Night of the Demons 2.
Mimi
Kincaid, baby. This one is fucking insane. And you'll have to listen to the episode, and then we'll talk about it on the live stream.
That is one. If you've been paying attention, we've kind of hinted at a few times over the last course of the season, this whole year. If it's come up, it's been like kind of wink, wink, nod, nod. Paying attention.
Yeah, if you've been paying attention.
That's like we did the first one. What was that season? Was that season 1?
That was season 1 for our 31st episode on October 31st for that Halloween of the first year of Movie Dumpster. We did Night of the Demons.
I am excited for all of these for different reasons, and you'll find out in October why that may be.
Yes.
But we have a couple other little things we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
You want to just talk about the watch along first?
Well,
you tease that a little, or do you want to talk about this minisode situation?
Do the minisodes. Jesus Christ.
Okay, so
the minisodes.
We didn't do a commentary track for September just because we were trying to catch up for October.
Yeah.
And
it's a lot of work.
It's a lot. We had just put that arena one out, which it seems like you guys had a pretty good reaction to. But
which was a ton of fun to record.
Yes.
By the way.
Oh my God, check that out. Holy shit! Definitely expect a mainline episode on that in the future
for sure.
But this month we're gonna do 2 minisodes, which are patron exclusive
and are holiday themed.
Yes,
for Halloween.
Now the first one was one that I want to say we talked about on the show before, but it's something that me and Joe have been talking about in BTS for a couple of years now,
and how to do it and what we were going to do exactly.
It's technically 2. It's 2 episodes, but it's one mini.
It'll be 1 mini episode, but we're covering 2 episodes because it's basically a 2-parter.
Yeah,
I would call
it is the season 8 and season 9 episodes of Family Matters.
Yes.
The Halloween specials from those seasons with Stevel, who was basically just a fucking Chucky doll.
It's Stevel, big guy.
I'm Carlsbad. I'm definitely not Freddy Krueger.
I definitely want to go to fucking Las Vegas and play the slots.
Yeah, I'm gonna go say hi to Lupton, ask him for some gold, get a big gut full of it.
Man.
That is something that again we've been talking about doing behind the scenes, and it was a lot of fun to fucking record that.
It was a ton of fun to watch.
Oh my God. Again, they're on Hulu if you're curious.
They're on Hulu. We will have something special for Patreon members only, but you will only find out about that on Patreon if you are a patron.
Yeah.
But yeah, the minisodes are only going to be on Patreon as well. It's separate than that. Excuse me. That surprise I just said was separate from the minisodes. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But that will be on there, and it will be exclusive to that. So keep your eye out for that. But yeah, Stevel, 1 and 2, Stevel, and this time he's not alone. Stevel 2, back to back, baby.
Did he need Carlsbad? I don't know, but you're gonna find out what we thought.
Fucking hilarious, and I love it.
He definitely doesn't have a stupid bug or anything like it, which is another one I want to cover at some point. The Night Court episode.
Oh Jesus!
If you know what I'm talking about, it was just a stupid bug. Carl crushes Urkel's bug, and they go to court over it. Oh, it's one that needs to be covered. It's great.
Let's do it. We talked about it. If you want to. Oh, by the way. Go to send all your junk and or purple Urkel. If you live in California and you have access to purple Urkel, which is
still the junk mail. If not, this is your first clue.
Which is Jaleel White's
Mary Juana
marijuana company.
Did a video with Snoop Dogg.
maybe send some of that Purple Urkel to Movie Dumpster at P.O. Box 918, Bangor, PA, Bangor, Pennsylvania 18013.
Yeah. If you saw that junk mail, one of our same guy that sent us this beautiful T-shirt.
Oh yeah, Justin from Bart's Mart. Yeah.
Maybe gave us something to do something with that Purple Urkel, and we would love to do a video about that.
I don't know.
Wink, nod, nod.
Well, you're gonna have to go check out that mailbag video.
Junk mail.
Junk mail. Excuse me.
Any tier, $2 and up. Check it out. Once a month. That's it. A cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you want to talk about the other patron exclusive stuff?
Yes.
The other mini-sode that we are planning to release?
The other mini episode that we're planning to release is...
Hopefully I worded that appropriately, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, it's Halloween-themed as well.
Yes.
It is the one and only Halloween-themed episode from the series, and we are tackling the Halloween episode of Alf.
Sorry, I got nervous. I knew you were going to say his name, so I had to check on him, make sure he didn't move.
So stay tuned for that episode. It's a funny-ass episode. I don't even want to go into it because I want to talk about it on the actual episode, and then we'll talk about it in November. We'll talk about it on the live show.
Alf is a character, though, that, you're diehard.
I love Alf.
We were already talking about him a little bit.
He's one of my... one of my favorite mainstays.
I remember putting episodes of it on in the past, but I couldn't tell you a single plot point, so I'm excited to fucking watch this and talk about it.
Yeah, well, was this going to be your first exposure to Alf in how many years?
Outside of maybe dabbling?
Yeah.
Since it was on TV. I mean, I've looked episodes
1990, I think it went off the air.
Okay, maybe not 1990, early
1990 or 1991.
Because I've looked up clips and shit, and I've probably watched an episode or two on YouTube in the past 15 years.
Oh,
but
man.
It's been a hot minute.
It's so fucking funny. And somebody questioned me on Twitter, was like, is it because of nostalgia or content? And I'm like, my response was to him was, I will laugh at the 478th time that fucking Alf unrolls an entire roll of toilet paper to give to Willie to dry off with out of the shower.
Okay,
it's fucking funny. I will laugh every time. It's fucking funny.
I mean, I hope I don't have the reaction Johnny Blue's having in the chat saying that he could tolerate the show. I hope it's a little bit more than toleration, but I guess I get it. Alf can...
Look,
I could see him coming off as annoying again. I keep joking that the fucking puppet's going to break out of the box and do something to my nether region.
It's not a perfect show. It's uneven, just like everything. You
know
what I mean?
Yeah.
You have good episodes, you have bad episodes, but mostly it's funny. Especially that first and second season, but
I am ready for some Alf. That is some Ernest Scared Stupid kind of territory for me.
And this episode is hilarious because the whole gimmick of the show was always to keep Alf under wraps. They
right? Oh yeah, alien life form. You can't let people know about that.
To not let people know about it. But the way that they, the way that they do it in the Halloween episode is very funny.
And then what else? We got the watch along at the end of the month. What do we even want to say about that?
The coup de grace, baby. I'll tell you one thing. We recorded it today.
Again, it might have something to do with why I shaved my beard.
Also, might have to do with why my facial hair looks like this. We recorded it today. It was the first time. It's going to be the first, maybe not the last, but definitely the first time that we are doing a pre-recorded watch along because of the circumstances of scheduling. So, unfortunately, it will not be a live watch-along, but it will still be Patreon exclusive to the 5 and 10s. We had a lot of fun, and I think you guys are going to have a lot of fun. It's a movie we covered already, but...
Well, do we want to say what that is? I mean, how do you feel about that?
Let it be a surprise.
Okay.
Let it be a surprise. It's a movie we covered already, but it's a lot of fun.
It's a banger.
It's a banger, and it's going to be fun watching it with you or watching it with us, rather. So it'll be your kind of, it's going to drop on Halloween as well. So if you want to put it on in the background at your party, or if you're fucking not doing anything.
That is a great, I might do, it'll be, it won't be out by then when I have my Halloween
Well,
party.
Yeah.
But I'll have the file. So
he'll have the file. Yeah, you could just fucking
my
play
house guest.
Yeah. But on Halloween, if you're having a party or whatever, if you want to put it on the background, or if you're doing nothing Halloween night and you want to just hang out, have some beers, hit that Purple Urkel, fucking turn on some Movie Dumpster, watch along. It's a banger. So stay tuned for that. It's coming.
We had a lot of fun making that, and we will tease that a little bit more on Patreon leading up to it. So again, you guys know we've said it a few times, but if you're on Patreon, any tier, you'll get some of those BTS behind. Oh, I hope people 100%. Know what BTS means. By the way, behind the scenes. I say that specifically because I know many years ago I just assumed that everyone knew my email and my well, I guess I just kind of gave that away live on air. But my handle was just my name backwards, and then someone read it back to me and was like, "Oh, that's how you think that's read? Okay, maybe I didn't think this one through too well." And I'm like sitting here saying, BTS, and someone's like, Batman the Superman
takes steroids. Batman takes steroids.
I don't know. You know how it is with those abbreviations. Sometimes I'm sure you've been in that position.
Sure. When we say BTS, we mean behind the scenes. So you're definitely gonna get.
I didn't know the abbreviation for Explain Like I Was 5 for many years. I was just like ELI5. That must mean something. I'm confused. I see Joe's learning something every day. But yeah, we have that coming at the end of the month. As Joe's puzzled about that.
Yes.
What else we got in October that we want to talk about? I mean, it's other than that, that's the big shebang. Let's say.
Yeah, that's all we're gonna give away.
Yeah, you know what? Johnny makes a good point. BTS, the boy band from Korea, obviously.
The fucking people who have like special chicken McNugget sauce at McDonald's. Is that who we're talking about? I don't know.
I'll try it. Get some French fries for it. I mean, they don't have. McDonald's. I'll make this so brief because I know this is like no one wants to hear this.
Almighty,
nobody wants to hear this except for me.
You don't eat the chicken nuggets. What are you talking about?
Look at this disgusting mess. Hopefully, I don't get us canceled.
What?
Again, I scratched my leg. I've been touching it. I'm trying just to wait till we're. Yeah, it's dry at this point.
Ew.
I don't want anybody fainting at home. Where was I going with that? McDonald's is the only fucking fast food restaurant on the East Coast that I'm aware of. Northeast Coast, let's say. I'm not even on the damn coast anymore. I'm like so used to saying it. That does not do a vegan or vegetarian option.
Why do you care?
Because I eat vegetarian and vegan.
Yeah, but why do you give a shit about McDonald's?
Because I eat fast food sometimes.
Yeah, but...
So I got to go to Burger King every fucking time?
Why don't you go to
Taco Bell every damn time? I mean, I'm not... I like them both, don't get me wrong, but me...
Wait.
We get this McVegan or whatever the fuck they've been talking about for a year and a half they haven't released yet.
McDonald's is the worst food out of all of them. Like,
well, I usually
don't get me wrong.
I eat the breakfast.
Don't get me wrong. Big Mac is fucking delicious, and a McGriddle is my jam. But like, when we're talking like quality... McDonald's is not at the top of that
Burger King is not really known for quality either. Let's not even try to kid ourselves.
Yeah, but Burger King has higher quality food than McDonald's
I would agree, but I will say... I know I said I'd keep this brief, and this has been going on a minute or two already, but like...
You're mad at McDonald's because they don't have a fucking vegan option.
It's just like Dunkin' Donuts used to, and then they got rid of it,
which,
which blows my mind.
There's always like a Wendy's or a Burger King right next to the McDonald's anyway.
Well, you know what's funny? The Wawa. I know. Let's really get into the local colloquialisms, or however you say that term. These local brands. I know they're all over the East Coast now, but anybody past like Louisiana has no clue what I'm talking about.
Well, yeah.
They finally have fucking Beyond Meat. What is Wawa? Why does Wawa have it? But McFucking-Donald's, Roy Crocker's fucking Pride and Joy. The founder, by the way, I've talked about it many times on this show. What a snooze fest! How do they not have? I know they have salads, but if you look at the calorie counts, they're actually higher than some of their burgers. How do you not do fucking vegan McNuggets? Like, am I just the only person on the planet that would order that? Am I the only one?
I'm gonna say something that I always think about when y'all want to eat fucking meat. You're a vegetarian. Why do you need a meat substitute?
Well, it's like a flavor. It's like a texture and a flavor thing.
Is that what it is?
It doesn't taste like a burger. I'm not trying to get preachy or anything.
Like a chicken.
I'm not trying to get preachy by any stretch of the imagination. I know people like what they like. I'm not trying to tell you to eat whatever you want.
But I could mash up a bunch of tofu and deep fry it and be like, here you go, chicken nugget, baby.
Sure, which is maybe that might be preferable than literally no option. Wendy's is similar. Somebody mentioned Wendy's in here. Wendy's has no option either. They make a banger chicken sandwich back when I used to eat that stuff.
I thought Wendy's had a vegetarian option. They have salads.
Well, okay,
you can get a salad.
I know this is like, again, interesting to maybe 1% of our audience, but I eat fish, so like I'll get the fish sandwich occasionally.
Oh, okay. So what are you talking about? They have fish at McDonald's.
I'm speaking generally.
Yeah, but they have fish at McDonald's and McFish.
Yeah, but that's it. That's the extent. What if I don't eat fish? I guess I'm just never going to McDonald's. They lose my fucking business.
They don't fucking care.
I guess, yeah, I gotta go to fucking Wegmans and get the goddamn Beyond Meat and make my own fucking Beyond Burger.
But like, there's so many options that like it's not a big deal.
It's just a little bit of a bitch for me. Again, who really cares? It's McDonald's. I'm making enough fucking money.
Well, I guess that's what I'm saying.
It's just
like,
a weird.
Who gives a shit? It's McDonald's.
Just weird to me when I am like keyed in on that stuff because I eat that kind of crap.
Sure, no, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I go to fucking shitty ass Burger King that has a reputation for being a dump.
So
Burger
does
King,
McDonald's.
Well, no, but
what is with that?
I don't know. For some reason, Burger King, in my experience, maybe people can agree or disagree with me, but like every Burger King I've ever been to, I've enjoyed the food, but it's always a hassle. It's always like run down. No one knows what the fuck they're doing.
Well, not true, because I've been to perfectly fine Burger King.
All right, maybe it's just my poor experience, but McDonald's, if you're watching all those McDonald's fucking executives watching the Movie Dumpster live show,
yeah, we're fucked now. They're supposed to be sponsoring us.
Well, maybe I can get some poppers from fucking Burger King and call it.
Well, that has been your fast food vegetarian tirade for the past 20 minutes.
It's like 5
to wrap up. Just busting your balls.
These are the things my brain jumps to for some reason. I'm sorry, folks.
These are the things people connect with, right?
This is what happens when you have 2 beers and half a bottle of water in about
the water puts you over the edge.
The water did it.
So yeah, we're fucking psyched for Trick or Trash coming up, and we hope you guys are excited, guys, gals, everything in between. Thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting us on Patreon. We got some good shit coming up. We've been talking about it the whole time.
Before I went off on my fucking fast food side tangent that, again,
you're fine.
Nobody cares about.
You're fine.
I clicked off 5 minutes ago.
We're gonna write to McDonald's and be like, all right, motherfucks, you better give us a Beyond Burger. Or something.
I mean, you can't see my face in the audio version, but I'm signing the fuck up.
He's with it. Give me a McRib and a Coke.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm smiling.
Again, Lobo talking about that McRib. You and the goddamn trophy gnome can fucking share them. Whatever the hell that thing was, the gremlin.
Dude, oh yeah, dude. Uncle Limpy's fucking promoting those.
The McRibs.
I would eat 20 of them if he told me to.
Holy cow.
If he was advertising it, yeah,
sure.
But yeah. So that's been the September wrap-up for Movie Dumpster, and we hope you enjoyed it. We love hanging out with you guys, gals, and everything in between. Thanks for hanging out with us and taking your questions and stuff and hanging out in the chat. And thanks for supporting us financially. And, you can always go and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts if you want to help us out. You don't even have to pay for anything. Just if I can take 5 minutes to go leave us a review, that'd be great. That'd be really awesome.
And you should probably follow us on Twitch, like I said, or like we said, rather. This is going to be kind of the main spot for the watch-alongs going, or not the the live shows going forward. And then
we're going to be
they'll be on YouTube/Movie Dumpster.
Yeah, the live show will exist on YouTube, but it will be broadcast on Twitch exclusively. So the replay of the live show will be on YouTube.
Yep.
But yeah, we will catch you on the next live show. And again, thank you very much for hanging out, and we'll see you for Trick or Trash. See ya.